Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back for another video. In today's video, we're going to take a look at Bitcoin and recent going-ons at the World Economic Forum. There's a lot to talk about in this video, so if you like this content, smash up that like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment in the comment section. But otherwise, let's go ahead and dive right on into this. Let's take a look. What am I looking at on this chart here? It's the 4-hour chart, and you can see the candles. We have what I would say is a textbook bull flag here. I talked about it yesterday, but I didn't actually show the chart, but it is looking more and more like a bull flag. And then there's this level of resistance here, the current range monthly high, that we are more and more getting rejected at. And the more we get rejected, the more likely we are to eventually break through, which would confirm my hypothesis, at least, that we are at the beginnings of a bear market rally where we will reach not new all-time highs, but highs in the $30,000 to $42,000 range, perhaps higher than that, but that would be my guess as to what the most likely move that we're going to make is. But you've got to be patient in one regard. This could happen over a span of 6 months, and so we could have ups and downs, et cetera, et cetera. The big thing that I'm wondering right now that I might need to possibly take back as I was anticipating a move down to $19,500 or so before a move up. Looking at this bull flag here, it doesn't seem like that would be the case, but there is a CME futures gap there. The key moving averages, the 200-day simple moving average, the bull market support band, they are all there, but it doesn't look like there are enough sellers as of right now. We will see, but I wouldn't be surprised if by the time you're watching this video, we saw some kind of a breakthrough here. We'll see. We do have another level of resistance here. I think if we break through, we're going to be seeing Bitcoin at some point short term, short few weeks, whatever, at the $24,000 range. We will see about that, but you can see a closer look. I posted this on my Twitter account, what I'm seeing here. Monthly range high, I've talked about this a lot. Horizontal lines, in my opinion, are much more valuable than diagonal lines. Nobody draws vertical lines. I was about to say vertical, but anyway, positive things that I'm seeing for Bitcoin as far as if I were to be trading this, which I actually am, but if I were to enter new trades, I would look for a break through the monthly range high, maybe a rejection here at 21.8, and then a retest of this level here, 21,450 or so, before a move higher. But we've got to break through first, and so we will see about that. But crypto news, Bitcoin and other crypto prices pump after U.S. retail sales and PPI inflation falls more than expected. And so we saw those two reports on January 18th. Retail sales, U.S. retail sales figure fell 1.1%, greater than the 0.8% forecast by economists. Now that's bad news, right? So shouldn't the market, the stock market, the crypto markets respond negatively to that, right? Right? Well, let's get to that in a second. Meanwhile, producer price index, PPI inflation fell to 6.2% against the headline figure of 6.8% that was expected. Now that is surprising to me. That is a 0.6% further drop producer price index inflation. And so that would be what are we excited about with that? That increases the likelihood potentially that the Fed will pause and then eventually pivot and lower interest rates. We'll see about the lowering. I think something bad would have to happen first. Something, I don't want to say catastrophic, but between bad and catastrophic. But then what about this one? Shouldn't that be bad news? The closely watched U.S. retail sales figure fell 1.1%, greater than the 0.8% forecast by economists. Now think through this. What are the things that are going to cause the Fed to pause or pivot? It is inflation coming down faster than expected, because what they want is real inflation to be, they don't want the federal funds rate to be higher, to be lower than actual inflation, unless inflation is at 2% and the federal funds rate is lower than that, that's okay. But otherwise, if they see inflation at 9%, they're going to want to raise rates until the federal funds rate is above 9%. Fortunately, we are coming back down, and so they're not going to raise rates beyond that. But That is number one. But then number two is they want to see signs of, they don't want to, but the thing that's going to force them to lower rates is a signs of a weakening economy. And so what we want, short term at least, is for the Fed to lower rates. I would say that that's not good for the long term. I don't want 0% interest rates because that creates a situation where we have all this funny money in the system and poor people are going to continue to get poorer and rich people are going to continue to get richer. And I'm not a liberal in that regard. I'm not going to advise for economic changes that would cause us to give lots and lots of money to poor people. I would say the thing that we need to fix is our currency, and low interest rates do not help that. But if we're just thinking short term for the prices of Bitcoin and for the prices of other cryptos, bad news like retail sales falling further than forecast by economists is good news for the price of Bitcoin. That's the name of the game right now. You know, it is what it is. Is that bad news? Is that good news? You know, I mean, in one sense, it could be good news in the sense that people are saving more money, but that's not what's going on right now. It's just that things are getting more and more crappy. So, okay, Fed will potentially lower rates sooner rather than later. We'll see. Other news, we have crypto is down, but not out. Davos 2023. The crypto industry came back to Davos for the World Economic Forum's annual meeting, daunted but undeterred. And so we had the World Economic Forum's annual meeting, and there were some certain things that I'm really interested in as I'm observing what's going on at this World Economic Forum. And so here's what I'm paying attention to. Who was there last year, who's not there this year, but who's there this year? Because if you're there this year of all times when the crypto industry is down, that communicates to me that you are in this. You are trying to build in this space. You are here for the long term. So if you were there at the World Economic Forum, thumbs up. That is a notch up in my mind. You know, a page in my book, whatever you want to call it. So let's take a look at this. Davos, Switzerland, the crypto industry showed up in force at the World Economic Forum's annual conference in May 2022. 8 months, numerous bankruptcies, and a major collapse later, the industry is still present in Davos, Switzerland, but with a more subdued presence. The promenade, the road outside the main Congress Center, still has a number of crypto companies advertising and operating houses, the lounges, meeting rooms, or event stages meant to introduce Davos attendees, to their projects. But there are fewer cryptocurrency companies present. Those that remain include Circle, the global blockchain business council, Casper Labs. Casper Labs has never been on my radar, but it's the 82nd biggest cryptocurrency by market cap as I'm making this video, and I'm going to talk about Casper Labs moving forward. This is now on my radar. It should be on your radar as well. I'm just going to say it. And not shocking at all, the Filecoin Foundation. If you have not watched my video on Filecoin, I wouldn't say I did a 180 on Filecoin as I was researching it, but I came away very impressed with Filecoin. Let me just summarize real quick. Filecoin, real use case on the blockchain. It is a competitor. Now, some people are going to say ARWeave is superior to Filecoin. Whatever. I have not reviewed ARWeave yet, but it is a competitor not to many other cryptocurrencies, but to AWS, to oh my goodness, the web storage, to the cloud web storage. I'm totally blanking on the company that Dropbox. Oh my goodness. Okay, Filecoin is a competitor with those, and their prices as of right now are much lower than anywhere you could find. If you are looking for storage, check out Filecoin. I am not surprised at all to see them represented at the WEF. Just not at all. So anyway, where in 2022 crypto panels were everywhere, in 2023 the crypto industry blends seamlessly into the major financial and tech giants around them. Gone are the free Bitcoin themed pizza stalls and high volume advertising to the casual passerby. So you can see Tether is there. there was so much FUD with Tether, and the more we go on, the more that I begin to think that was just FUD. Now, at the same time, we saw some stable coins collapse, and so was there genuine fear with these stable coins? Oh yes. Was Tether one of those? Verdict to be determined, I suppose, but so far so good, in my opinion at least. We see Anchor there. That's not too surprising either. Polygon, not a surprise at all. If you are not paying attention to Polygon, what are you doing? My only concern, I've said with Polygon, is that they are up 3x from their bear market bottom. And so we'll see where they go from where they are today. But I will be loading up on Polygon for sure. And I've already started a little bit. So what else? What else? There may be some things that, I think I'm just going to move on. There were some other interesting things. All right. Lots and lots of questions about FTX. People were bombarded about FTX because it's like, oh, you're in crypto. What about FTX? It is what it is, but we need to move on. I am so, the suffering that we endured for FTX is worth it. I am thankful that FTX is not as big of a player as it once was before. Please go away, Sam Bankman-Fried. I know you won't, but please, please go away. So I talked about Casper, CSPR. Casper, they're now on my radar. So why Casper enterprise friendly POW coin is 50% higher today at 0.039. Time to buy? Question mark. We'll see about that. But Casper's price has exploded in recent days and is currently up 8% in the past 24 hours to trade at 3.9 cents, etc. What's driving this upward trend, and will Casper's price continue to rise, or is this just a temporary surge? Now, all right, this article goes on to overall positive sentiments in the crypto market, blah, blah, blah. But there are some things here. There's some things. Casper is at work. I love seeing that with cryptocurrencies, with networks, with foundations. What are they doing when sentiment is as down as they have been before? And Casper is working right now. The recent milestone reached by the Casper network, such as 100,000 individual CSPR holders and 100 network validators, could also be contributing to the upward trend. And then Casper network is also currently facilitating the Blockchain Hub conference at Davos, which we just took a look at, the WEF, with Binance, with Medha Parlikar, CTO and co-founder of Casper Labs, appearing alongside Binance CEO Changpeng Zhao, better known as CZ. This high-profile event is expected to raise the visibility of Casper, which could be contributing to the price. Finally, the Casper network also plans to expand its partnerships with IBM and Hyperledger, recently hinted at forthcoming partnership announcement with a Fortune 100 company, and mentioned an upgrade to Casper 2.0 will be coming in Q3 of this year. Further positive news for Casper's price. So I've already done this, but oh my goodness, take a look at the Casper chart. Yikes! That looks a lot like Internet Computer. In fact, I'm not surprised to find out that Casper, CSPR, launched on, what day was it? May 11th of 2021. If you were to look at Internet Computer's chart, it would look a lot like this. Internet Computer launched on May 7th of 2021. If you remember what happened on May 9th of 2021, that day was the day that Elon Musk went on SNL, and that was Dogecoin. Dogecoin was going to shoot to the moon because Elon Musk went on SNL. That, in my opinion, was the peak day of euphoria of the previous bull run. And of course, so Casper launched on May 11th, and it's been down only ever since. And so we'll get into Casper in a couple weeks when I focus on it in my Would I Buy series. But I'm wondering, can it get back to its launch day price? Well, that would be amazing, because taking a look at Casper here, I might need to click around to find it, but here we go. All-time high date, May 11th, which was its launch date, down from all-time high, 99.56% currently. So if you were to buy Casper today and it went to its previous cycle top, which no guarantees, but that would be a 200x. I'm going to do more research. That's all I'm going to say. CSPR, I have gotten questions about CSPR over the years, and I am saying today, it is now on my radar. So stay tuned for research on CSPR. I would be shocked if I didn't buy any of this. I am very intrigued. All right. And this is not a promotion. I have no affiliation with CSPR. I'm just saying, I am very, very intrigued. A few more things from the World Economic Forum. Amen to this. WF 2023. CBDCs need to find a real, quote, real problem to solve, says SARB governor. The central bank governor highlighted that the South African Reserve Bank would rather follow than become a first mover in retail CBDCs. Man, where are we getting this kind of logic? My goodness. From a government official? SARB Governor Lesetja Ganyago, forgive me, highlighted issues surrounding the introduction of central bank digital currencies at the World Economic Forum held in Davos. I'm pronouncing it differently every time I know. Davos, Switzerland. In a WF 2023 panel discussion dubbed, quote, "In the Face of Fragility, Central Bank Digital Currencies," Ganyago voiced his opinions on CBDCs and questions if there's a real problem solved by this new technology. He said, "Is this a solution looking for a problem, or do we have a real problem that we're trying to solve?" What a fantastic question to ask. The central bank governor also highlighted that the countries which are researching and looking to introduce CBDCs highlighted several reasons for its implementation. This includes the modernization of the central bank, making national payment systems more efficient, dealing with domestic market failure, and strong financial inclusion. All right, I'm going to stop there. CBDCs. There are lots and lots of concerns with CBDCs. Let me voice a concern that I have right now. Okay, when the economy crashes, which it will, whether it's a huge crash or whether it's a V-shaped recovery like the COVID crash was, and I'm not talking about anytime soon, things move slowly, more slowly than I ever anticipate that they will move, except for when Bitcoin crashes or pumps like crazy. But I'm talking about economically, things just move slowly. But when the crash comes, when the Fed lowers rates to zero, and when we get all of this stimulus, let's just say we have a CBDC at that time. Here's what they can do. They can put an expiration date on the digital currency that they give you. And so you get $1,200, which is what we got in March of 2020. $1,200. And they say you must spend this by whatever, May of 2020. You cannot save that money. You must spend. That is a problem. If not, we're going to take it right back. That is a problem because it disincentivizes saving. It disincentivizes wisdom. Now, sure, there are ways around that. You know what I would be spending that on? Well, one, I would be spending it on crypto. But if I wanted to save my money and not spend it by May 1st of 2020, I would be buying, an Amazon Visa card or something, or a Visa card, a prepaid Visa card, and I'd hold on to that with no expiration, hopefully. But what's the common person going to do? They're just going to spend it, and they're going to spend it on stupid crap. And that's going to give a nice little short-term bump, and then we're going to be right back where we were. And so is this a solution looking for a problem, or do we have some real problem that we're trying to solve? I would say very much so that this is a solution looking for a problem. And it's a solution that serves the federal government, serves big corporations. It is not a solution that serves the everyday man. And so, whatever. That doesn't mean we can do anything to stop CBDCs. They are coming eventually. The United States will probably be one of the last countries to adopt CBDCs, but I am not a fan. And there are plenty of other issues with CBDCs. Anyway, Moving on, CFTC Commissioner calls for global industry standards in crypto regulation. CFTC Commissioner Caroline Pham said that there are advanced discussions on global standards happening outside of the United States. Outside, keyword, outside of the United States. Let's read a little bit more. Caroline Pham, the CFTC Commissioner, I said CFTC Commission that way. All right, CFTC Commissioner has recently called on regulators to provide clearer guidance on crypto assets in 2023 in an interview with Bloomberg. Pham mentioned that discussions with global players over crypto regulations are ongoing. The government official said many foreign discussions are currently happening about global industry standards for crypto regulation. I think you can hear and understand the annoyance in my voice. According to Pham, she has had more than 75 meetings with various parties to discuss topics concerning crypto regulation. The CFTC commissioner highlighted that, quote, very advanced discussions were happening outside of the United States about what kind of standards could be applied globally. So I happen to be quite libertarian in many ways. I am not full-blown libertarian, but I am also looking at the landscape, and I think, please, I'm looking at FTX. I'm looking at all the ways that the little man got screwed in 2022, and I am thinking, please, can we have some crypto regulation? And can that regulation not be stupid? Please, I'm begging you, can we have some crypto regulation? And can it just be light? Can it open the doors for institutions to just dive on into this? Other countries seem to be doing this just fine. Smart people or reasonable people who work for the United States government seem to think that this is a great idea. And yet, I have not heard a thing about crypto regulation. And I get questions all the time during my live streams. Hey, are you afraid about crypto regulation? No, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid for two reasons. One, I'm not hearing anything about crypto regulation. And two, I think Gary Gensler, the SEC, whoever else, congressmen, senators, I think they know what happens after we get crypto regulation. And they're scared about what happens after we get crypto regulation. So instead, we have an SEC suit that goes on for how long? For 2 years with Ripple? And how much longer is it going to go? Maybe it's just going to go on forever. And maybe there's just going to be all this uncertainty. And maybe there's never going to be crypto regulation until they just can't avoid it. And so I'm not scared at all about crypto regulation. I'm more like, hey, please bring it on. Give us some regulation. Just let's do it. Let's do it. Come on. What are you waiting for? Do it. Pull the trigger. But no. Nope. But foreign countries, yeah, sure, they'll have some crypto regulation. But how much is that going to affect the actual prices if the United States, the biggest economy in the world, is not regulating crypto? We'll see. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I'm just annoyed. I'm annoyed. But anyway, that is all I have for today. As of the moment that I am making this video, Bitcoin has gotten rejected. Another rejection, which still we're in bull flag range. We are above key period moving averages. Shouldn't be surprised that we got a rejection there. But Bitcoin has another rejection at that key level. Ethereum is at 1570. SHIB has pumped like crazy. I'm not touching SHIB anytime soon. Avalanche is down fairly big. NYE, I don't know anything about NYE, but I am going to be taking a look at CSPR. Take it for what it's worth. I don't think it's going to get filled. I have a bid for a long with Binance at $280. We'll see. So that is all I have for today. I hope you have a wonderful day, a wonderful rest of your week, and I will most certainly be seeing you in another video. Peace.